boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Party, I'm a real go-getter. Rock a fur coat, but it's not chinchilla. Who's that dude with the master plan? It's Mr. Pinecone with the mic in my hand. I ball on a budget, got a bag full of nuggets. Living life to the fullest before I'm kicking the bucket. No time for the haters, I'm the meat and potatoes. I'm the product of Anunnaki and godly invaders. You wanna go down the rabbit hole? Well, come along with me. Let me phone home. Let me take you on the trip to the Pleiades or the Seven Seas. We can sail them all. Bring your dungarees and your toothbrush, your knapsack. We'll have a nightcap, then I'll bring you back. Mr. Pinecone's come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What's going on? I hope everybody's having a great morning. My name is Bleaves. This is Breakfast with Bleaves. You can see it up here because it's written there. So that makes it real, right? And you can see our sponsors over here. You can see Volt Inu and you can see DeckConnect. If you want to be a partner, if you want to be a sponsor of the channel, then you can reach me through Twitter at Bleaves Crypto, or you can reach me on my website, bleavescrypto.com. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do that too. Also, quick update on my Telegram. My Telegram is no longer at Tom Nationwide. It is now at Bleaves. So, somebody took Bleaves Crypto, that asshole. But, guys, I don't know what to tell you, but FTX, what is FTX? Like, what is FTX? What is FTX? Like, does anybody even know what FTX is anymore? Because it seems to have hit the rear view mirror very, very quickly. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. There's still plenty of drama to unfold, but the CPI data came in and holy shit. Let's start off with the news. All right, here we go. Wall Street really liked the October Consumer Price Index report. Stock futures soared after the government reported. Wait until you see how much they soared. This is out of control at this point. Prices were up just 7.7% over the past 12 months. Although that is still uncomfortably high, it's down from 8.2% in September and well below the estimate of 8%, which means that all of the things that have been happening in the market by the Fed are starting to take hold and they're starting to work. And that is great for us. That means that we finally have a little bit of the first piece of, I think we've got some clarity, and that's going to be that there'll be a drawdown and it'll be easy for them to say 50 basis points in the month of December instead of what they were looking for, which was at 75 basis points. Now, there's some data to show that what they're doing is working, or that what they've done so far has worked, and we're seeing that drawdown start to happen. Now, housing prices, rental prices, things like that continue to decline, but those are about 6 months outdated. So it is working, and we're starting to see all of this stuff sort of play itself out. Now, Dow futures soared by more than 800 points. Now, let's go over here and look at it, and we can see in the pre-market, Dow futures are at 779. S&P is at 115, and NASDAQ is at 432. But look at this percent, 2.5% on the stock market, 4% on NASDAQ, and the S&P is going to be up by 3%. This is just in 25 minutes when we launch. Like, this is not, I don't know how the day is going to go, but I can tell you this. There are a lot of people right now feeling really good about the stock market and about finally getting a little bit of a hold on the inflation. Now, the downside to this is, number one, we don't have clarity in the election. If you go look at the election results right now, you don't have a very strong level of clarity. You have right here that the Democrats have gained 1 seat in the Senate, which means that it will now be 51-49 if it plays out the way that it's anticipating and the way it looks like it's supposed to play out. Now, there is a Georgia runoff, and we'll see what happens. I think that that's probably going to end up with Herschel Walker, to be fair, because like I would have this idea right now that seems to be the way that it's leaning for me anyway. So I do think that we'll have some clarity very soon, and we'll know what's going on. Now, in better news, the House looking a lot more GOP specific. Now, here's the one thing. On one hand, you're going to see a lot of difficulty because you're going to see that the House is now going to personally start to attack the White House, right? And they're going to investigate everything. They're going to try to investigate unelected officials like Hunter Biden and pretend like he's an elected official. You know what I mean? Like there's these little things that are going to happen there that they're going to do, and that's going to stop. That's going to create. That is going to do. It's going to be annoying, right? But it's going to do exactly what we want, and that is disrupt regulation in the industry. And by the way, if you have not already, go see Kill Switch Engage live. Now back to business. So the House, we should have that. Governor, the Democrats have gained 2 states. Like this shit is just crazy to me. But you know what? We'll see what happens over the long term because 2024 is just around the corner. We'll get some clarity over the next couple of days, and hopefully, again, all we need is for Republicans to take one of the 2 houses to create that gridlock. That's all we need. Now, when you look at your heat map over here, you can see that Ethereum is on a nice run. Bitcoin is on a nice run. And also, by the way, just so you guys know, as soon as I saw that the data was going to come in good, I bought 16 Ethereum at 19,650, and it's now at 20,453. So I'm up about $800 already, and I'm going to hold on to this for the day and just kind of see how just see how the market kind of plays out. Just so everybody knows that that's what I'm doing in the market. But we're starting to see a lot of green, and I'm going to show you Matic. And when you see Matic later on, you are going to lose your mind because it's just absolutely crazy. But on to the rest of the news. FTX used customer funds to support Alameda research. Now, we don't know that that's the case, but this is according to Reuters, which is generally double fact check before they come out with stuff. But it says FTX used customer funds to continue supporting Alameda research after the latter went through a series of losses from its dealings. One of the losses was a $500 million loan contract from the defunct cryptocurrency lender Voyager Digital. In a September auction, the American division of FTX paid $1.4 billion for the assets of Voyager. And remember, Sam Bankman-Fried was going to be the savior because he was saving Voyager. Look, this is just a downward spiral of everything that's wrong with cryptocurrency coming to a head. Now, at least we've seen that we found the scumbag. Now, what are we going to do with it? We got to get it out of the system. He is not the good person that many people kind of tried to play him as. He's not good for us. He's not good for for cryptocurrency. He's not good for anything or anybody. So he'll come to another project if he doesn't go to prison. And when he does, you got to stay out of it. You got to remember to stay out of it. I mean, unless you're institutional and you like stealing and robbing from people, because then he's your man, right? I think we can all agree about that right now. So next, Ripple, Coinbase, and Circle CEOs seek clearer crypto regulation. So this is where we are right now. Suddenly, everybody needs to know what's going on because the SEC is trying to run unchecked. Gary Gensler is trying to bully. He's still trying to bully everybody. The crypto community has witnessed the fallout of an array of industry players. However, one thing that seemed to be bringing them closer was regulation. Earlier today, Senator Elizabeth Warren addressed the downfall of FTX on Twitter. Warren further highlighted the need for more aggressive enforcement by the SEC. Shut the fuck up, Pocahontas. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Coinbase Brian Armstrong veered in with their opinions. Brian Armstrong, the CEO of prominent crypto exchange Coinbase, noted how FTX was an offshore exchange and wasn't regulated by the SEC. Dummy, there you go. Liz Warren, you dunce cap model. Like, how do you not look? If it looks like an Indian and it acts like an Indian, it's probably not an Indian, is all I'm saying. Liz Warren was a liar to begin with. And here we are today where she's talking about, oh, we got to take care of this place that doesn't even do business here. I don't understand. You know what? The problem is that SEC failed to create regulatory clarity in the United States, so many investors went offshore. There you go. Armstrong went as far as to say that it would be absurd to penalize other U.S.-based companies for the aforementioned reason. Yeah, only an idiot would do that. And Liz Warren probably put a feather in her hair and said, it's me. So here we are with there is going to be a call for more regulation. And the reason that we're going to have more regulation, and I know that, you know, the whole reason that we created cryptocurrency was to stay away from regulation, but we cannot avoid it, because here is the deal. If we want that mass adoption and we want that next level of investment that makes us all rich, then we have to give up the freedom in that regard. And then when we've made our money, we'll have to move to a new system, a more decentralized sort of system. But these centralized exchanges, they need the clarity that comes with government regulation so that they can do business and they can conduct business. And then once you have that, then the stock market will start to ape in even more. So that's what they're looking for. Now, FTX valuation falls to $1 from 32 billion, according to the Bloomberg Wealth Index. Sam Bankman-Fried has said just in, FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried says without more capital, bankruptcy is likely. Well, I don't know. Figure it out, man. You're the genius, right? You're the guy that had all of this huge plan. So I don't think anybody. Look, I think that we are witnessing the downfall of FTX. I think that we are witnessing the end. This is game over, and we will not see FTX very soon. So once we find out that $500 million of your money was taken and given to Alameda Research to make up for losses that they suffered, and once we realize that Alameda Research is the company in all the emails that are suddenly getting leaked about them shaking down people for money and trying to wreck other tokens and kill other coins for money, and all of this shit as it just kind of comes out into the ecosystem. And as we start to see all of these things, then we start to realize who Sam Bankman-Fried really is and what a scumbag that he ended up being. Now, this says it leaves Sam Bankman-Fried's net worth at about $1 billion, down from $15.6 billion heading into Tuesday. The 94% loss is the biggest one-day collapse ever among billionaires tracked by Bloomberg. But who cares? You're still a billionaire. You know what I mean? Like, when these guys are looking at this right here, look, everybody, look, guys, if I told you that you had $16 billion and I came back to you tomorrow and I said, hey, man, you only have $1 billion now, would you laugh at me and be like, get the fuck? I'm a billionaire. You know what I mean? Like, this is insane that people think, we got you. You know, this is not really a reason. Look, he's a piece of shit for plenty of reasons, but telling you that he's still a billionaire is kind of an asshole move. Anyway, so the Justice Department launches investigation into FTX, Bloomberg reports. Okay, cool. Isn't that an offshore company? Didn't we just, like, this is called posturing at its finest. And this is why you cannot trust this is why you can't trust these people, because they're opening up this investigation into something that's overseas. Like, that's what are we gonna do? Bomb them? You know what I mean? Like, does FTX have oil or something? Jesus fucking Christ. State-run Chinese newspaper Economic Daily warns against betting big on the metaverse. While the metaverse has become a hot topic from the COVID-19 pandemic, some have been criticizing the euphoria surrounding it. Economic Daily, a state-run newspaper in China, has dedicated a whole article to warning Chinese citizens about putting significant amount of funds into metaverse investment. The metaverse industry sounds promising, but it may not fit every region. Be wary of feverishly following suit and getting big on it while detached from reality. And you know what? Fair enough. So If you're Chinese, don't invest in the metaverse because, Winnie the Pooh says so. All right, crypto.com exchange suspends withdrawals on Solana blockchain as crypto prices crash. Another exchange in trouble. Now, does that mean that crypto.com is in trouble? In a tweet to users on Wednesday, the platform reportedly said that they were suspending deposits and withdrawals on USDC and USDT on the Solana blockchain. The note did not mention the exact reason for the move. However, it said stablecoin withdrawals and deposits in other blockchains like Ethereum and Kronos would resume normally. In a Thursday tweet, Crypto.com Christian Marsalik said that the recent developments around FTX and Alameda are two of the biggest backers of Solana led to the decision. FTX was an important bridge venue for SOL-based stablecoins. We do not want any additional risk to our users coming from this area, hence we are disabling it. He added that other chains are all operating normally, as reported FTX, following the unprecedented collapse in FTX, which was known as crypto's bailout king during the recent crypto meltdown. Many in the crypto industry have voiced concern over the reliability of the centralized players. In a bid to address his skepticism, Marsalik said that crypto exchanges should publicly share proof of reserves. So here you go. You've got another person in crypto.com and Chris Marsalik who are now saying to you, yeah, we agree with CZ Binance. There should be proof of reserves, and you should be required in order to do business to be able to show that. And you know what that does? That creates certainty in the industry, and that eliminates all of these sketchy ass FTX type scumbag organizations from doing what they're doing to people. And that right there is a great idea. And I hope that that means crypto.com is doing well. And I hope that that causes a surge in the price of Crow, because I think that that's an undervalued item, especially with crypto.com as your name. So more power to these guys. And then finally, we got one more after this. Bankman-Fried tells FTX top priority is fundraising after failed Binance deal. And this just goes on to say that they, feel like they're probably going to end up in bankruptcy if they can't get some sort of funding, and they need to be rescued. It says Bankman-Fried reportedly informed investors on the call that FTX faced a shortfall of up to $8 billion and needed a $4 billion to remain solvent, and that FTX is attempting to raise rescue financing in the form of debt. Jesus Christ. Equity or combination of the two. The call reportedly took place before Binance pulled out of the deal. Earlier today, Tron founder Justin Sun said in a tweet he is working on a solution with FTX without giving details. And then that leads to this right here. TRX momentarily surges 4,000% after Justin Sun emerges as the latest would-be savior to FTX. Now, that sounds great, right? But let's remember one thing, and one thing that's very important to this entire equation. Justin Sun and Tron, the blockchain, use the same algorithm as Luna used way back in the day. And then guess what? USDD, which is the token that's now pegged to Tron, is no longer stable at $1 because now there's an attack on Justin Sun and it's down to 97 cents. Will it recover? I don't know the answer to that at this point, but I can tell you that it was down a lot lower a little while ago. It was down to 96 cents. This is generally a stable coin that has just now lost its peg and is starting to go through some stuff. And, this is the same thing. This is what we saw happen with Luna. This is literally how Luna fell. So, I don't know that Tron is going to be in a position and Justin Sun are going to be in a position to make anything work at this point. But we will see how this plays out over the next couple of days. But I have a feeling that this will probably not last very long. And then we will see this whole thing, this whole house of cards. Look, all I know is pretty soon we're going to be trading Tron Classic. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, nod, nod. And that wraps up the news. I hope everybody got the information that you needed in order to successfully navigate this day. And now we're going to move on to some technical analysis because the charts are pumping hard. All All right, guys, I have cleared off the charts so that we can start all over again. And we're going to start on this one with Ethereum because Ethereum is up 16% on the day. And you can see right here, it had, after it hit 1068 last night, it's just been on a nice little tear, capping out about 1315 just a little while ago, before retracing back down, doing basic fib retracement. As you can probably see on one of these, I probably got to look at a 3-minute candle at least in order to get an idea of how it played out. But you can see right there, it's surging, it's strong. We got about 7 minutes before the market opens. When the market opens, we might even see a dip coming on Ethereum because the people are going to be getting into the stock market very quickly. But this is what it looks like, and it looks pretty good. Now, the levels of resistance that I pulled out, I started looking a little bit earlier, and so I think that we're, obviously we're at 1300 right now. We hit 1300 and we bounced down off of it. Really tested a couple of times before we found it was rejected. We're on 3-minute candles, by the way, so this literally went to 1311 while we were on while we're live right now. So it is testing very quickly the support line to get up to the next level, and the next level, as you can see over here, doesn't come until we hit, it's probably going to be more like 1360, 1370, but right here, maybe even 1400. So we're going to probably reject right around 1370, maybe even 1350, because that might be a little bit aggressive. But we're trying to find different sort of levels here. And this one probably, I'm going to go more local on this and say that we're probably, let's drop that down just about to 1350 and call it that. And then say that we've got a little gap here. Maybe, obviously we're going to struggle at 1400 because you always struggle at the hundreds. But then you got 1428, which is showing right here and right here. So this is obviously a fight area. So does Ethereum start to run? Can it get back into the 1400 level? And I don't know the answer to that, but I do know this. The total market cap continues to pump back into the crypto market despite everything that's been happening. Bitcoin is trading and everything is looking pretty similar right now. And you can see here, even on the reds, this is, and guys, this is you're okay. So if I'm guessing breakout, and the reason that I'm guessing breakout, son of a bitch. And the reason that I'm going to be guessing breakout is because this trend line right here does this. This trend line right here clearly does this. And it is coming from this. And it's almost come to a head right now as we get to the opening of the market. So if this plays out the way that it looks like it's playing right now, this is where we go. So I think you are witnessing, we are witnessing, we're going to start witnessing a move back to the upside over here. And then I guess at this point, we should probably check and see where do we have a little bit of resistance. And most of our resistance is down here. So let's close that out. And then let's move this down this way. And let's see what we got here. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're on the 3-minute chart. No wonder. I'm an idiot. All right, so let's get an idea here by zooming out just a little bit and see where we are. There we go. So the next big area is going to be right around 19,002. A couple days ago, we were over 20,000, 21,000. So should be nothing to get ourselves back up into that 19,000 range. Now, if we do that, look, this is good information. It's going to take a little while. Look, the whole world has not gotten up yet. It is, what is it, 8:30? Yeah, it's 6 a.m. in Los Angeles. So we don't even have the American market open yet. The Asian markets are pretty much done for the day. So, some of these markets are going to bed right now. So we're not even seeing the full brunt of what is maybe to come, especially when people see what happens with the Dow today, if it maintains the way that it looks like it's going to maintain. So our next point of reference looks like right here at 19,173. So we'll put a line right here at 19,173. I may disagree with that line a little bit later, but I'm not going to disagree with this one right here at 20,000. And I'm going to disagree with this one just a little bit. And you know what? We're just going to throw it right there and see what happens. So that's where we'll leave those right now. And then we'll turn this off. I guess we'll respect those lines and see what happens right there. But it looks like we're in the process of getting that surge going on. Same thing with Luna Classic. Now, one of the issues with Luna Classic is obviously, and we could go ahead and get rid of this right now, is that we're moving off of this downward sort of motion and we're moving back in this upward pattern. So where do we go from here? And I'm still going to say we had, so I think 32 is out of the equation at the moment, but it could happen at any time, right? So if the market starts to pump and if the conditions are ripe and if we can get a nice sort of run going over here, then we can get back up to 25, maybe 26. And from there, perhaps we can build from there and get back into this 32, 34 range. But, you know, for right now, I think that's a little bit of a stretch and a little bit out of the equation. Now, USTC is kind of trending sideways here. Once the pumps, look, this is, and I keep telling you guys, like, this is done this over and over and over again. This is what it looks like. It pumps and then it dumps and then it pumps and it dumps and it pumps and it dumps and it's ready to pump again. So I have a feeling that we're going to see 50 cents or something like that, or 5 cents. I'm sorry, at 5.5 cents off of USTC pretty soon. Not financial advice. Not sure that it's really going to do that, but it has so far. So what would be the reason for it not to this time, right? Luna is up 12%, starting to make its push as well. Doge is up 21% from that low down there at 7 cents. It is up to 9.5 or very close to 9.5 at this point. Is it breaking out? Not really. It's just kind of putting itself back to where it should have been and where it would have been testing its support line, which is actually right here. So this is where we probably should have seen more consolidation before everything dumped. So we're probably looking at Doge getting back into that sort of level, pretty close to that right there. There's no resistance here except maybe right there. You might see a little bit at 10 cents, but you know, other than that, then we're probably going to get somewhere in that neighborhood of 10 to 12 cents. So the money's already been kind of done. Might get 10% more out of Doge for the day. Then again, Elon might come out and he might say something, and the next thing you know, it is off to the races. So XRP just hit its resistance point right here. So we'll see what it does. And then it's got another one at 43, and then 47, and then 50. So XRP should be on the move. Matic is up 32%. Now, remember, last night we were having this conversation, and I was telling everybody, like, Jesus Christ, this is a buy opportunity. Like, you really got to get in at this point. Like, this is. I think most of you guys were even telling me that this is the one that you wanted to get in on because Matic is going to have another big run. Well, Matic is out of control, up 32.67% right now as we speak, and it's continuing. It looks like it's moved to that upside, and it looks like the market is pumping. We don't have Dow Jones yet, but we're going to get it in just a second, or maybe my number is not updated yet. But Crow is up 20%. SHIB is up 17%. Remember, I told you guys, this is what happens with SHIB. SHIB's going to go up another 50% from where it is right now over the next couple days, because when it hits down here, what does it do? It consolidates and it takes off and it runs. And it's in the news again because the ecosystem is down, blah, 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 blah. You know, all the news that you need in order to make it pump, in order for the whales to just pump this thing back up, are right there for the taking. So that's what it looks like. Chainlink, we're starting to see a lot of things with Chainlink. By the way, I think Swing DAO is making a move to Chainlink or working with Chainlink. So I don't have the full information on that yet. I was just hearing about it last night. I don't know. I need some clarity on it, and then I'll know, and then I'll share it with you guys, and then we'll all know. BNB is up 13%. Now, it's kind of funny that BNB is not pumping a little bit harder. Like, I really would have thought that after this pump right here, I would have thought it would have gone a little bit harder, but I guess it's because of the FTX not happening that it's more in line with the rest of the market. So Avalanche up 20%, Aave is up 18%, Saitama is up 9%. We're going to look at that in just a few minutes, but Jesus Christ, Saitama is on the move. XTZ is up only 10%. Solana is back up 22%. Jake Gagan, you're getting saved right here. Jake Gagan, I think, bought in like $20 because he saw it for like 20, and it was all the way down here at 12. Like he was just getting his ass wrecked, kind of like date night. And it looks like it might be in recovery mode. Quant up 13%, certainly not at the levels that it was a little while back, but if you got in way down here, you're still feeling pretty good about your position. Mina Protocol continues to perform. It's having another big run too. And look, any of the blockchains are really having good times. If you buy the blockchain at the bottom, ride it to the top, then you're feeling pretty good about your positions. Gala Games up 23%. Bitcoin volume, by the way, this is one of those crazy little things where every once in a while you check it out and you see how the market is running. Bitcoin dominance over here, you're seeing it kind of decline, but you're seeing Ethereum dominance. This is on a day chart. Over the hour chart, you're seeing it, Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance going in the opposite directions, and you're seeing altcoins start to pump as well. Then Hex is up another 10.5%. Remember, I told you guys that down here at this 30-cent mark, if you got in at 30 cents, you're up 10% already on the day. Uniswap is up 18% on the day, and ETH Classic is up 22%. So, guys, we're in full-blown recovery mode. That's going to translate into a lot of the tokens that we know and we love, and we should see that start to play out over the next little while. And with Luna Classic, I feel like Luna is going to get a pump, maybe up here to this 24, 25 level to get back in line. And then I think that the move is going to be on for USTC. Like, I really think that that's the way that this thing plays out, because I feel like that's the way it's been playing. And here we are. Dow Jones is up 800 points to start the day. And guess what? Are we still in my channel, or are we still in my channel? So this is what it looks like. And we've had this channel going on, by the way, for a year now. So if we have a breakout, which we don't have yet, but if we have a breakout on the Dow Jones, then that would be tremendous for the markets overall. And when we get to the 4-hour charts, what we need some confirmation on 4 hours, and we need to start seeing some moves up here over the next day or two. And if we see that, then we're in recovery mode, at least in the short term, or we're going to be in a relief rally sort of mode. So let's pin that, and let's move over here, and let's look at Hulk is up 20% on the day. Volt is back over, drop that zero again, up to 1,050. Volt is on a big time run again. And by the way, there was literally, this has been a green wall forming for Volt. I mean, look at all of the, like, this green wall after green wall after green wall, while the market is collapsing around. And then all you get is this one little sad little Jeet over here who takes 2 ETH. Like, you dummy. Like, how can you be this dumb? You know what I'm saying? Like, you dummy. You sold, you lost your position, and guess what? This would have been 2.3. You know what I mean? Like, you lost $500 because you're just stop being whatever you are. You know what I mean? Stop being whatever you are. And then we had a couple other people. This guy right here, $400,000 wallet, sells for 1.75 ETH. Like, oh my God, how did you even get that lucky? Like, this is one of those people that, when you see this, when you see a wallet like this, and you see somebody who has, like, here we go with the wrapped Ethereum, they have like 80 grand in wrapped Ethereum, and then you start looking down this list, and you start seeing all the tokens that they have and shit like that. They've obviously been doing it for a long time. And you just, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Then you realize, like, these people are just whatever. Then you have another one over here. This guy with 17,000 in Shiba, 14,000 in this, 14,000 in Volt, blah, 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 blah. Cashing out a couple minutes ago. There we go. Cashing out the Volt 38 minutes ago. Not a long-term holder, so who cares? But only people that sold. And then guess what? It pumps. Now it's pumping. 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 Like, Jesus Christ, man. What is wrong? Like, I don't know what's wrong with the brain sometimes. Like, I have no idea what's wrong with the brain sometimes. Like, but you know what? pick the wrong exit point, you get the wrong exit point, I guess. Terra's up 11% on the day. We should see, as long as the market continues to move, then we should continue to see these things pump. Maybe get back to a semblance of their own new normal as it is right now. MMAI is up 4% on the day. Trading volume on MMAI, by the way, has picked up $48,000 in trading volume over the last 24 hours on MMAI, which has been very nice. But when you see it over here, it's people selling out. So you're not seeing, you're seeing sale. You're seeing like big sales that you normally wouldn't see out of MMAI. So this recovery might take a little while because of the liquidity over there. So Lillian is at 23.37. Swing Dow, which was up pretty big, is at 23.96 right now as it moves over and starts working on the chain link. Again, I don't know exactly how this thing is playing out. I'll have more information to you very soon. Wagme Games 28.09. Kodachi is at 11.52. Hulk is at 4,600. Deconnect is at 55.99. And Yin is at 52.83. Now, up here you can see Saitama is on a run right now at 10.89. So if you happen to buy this right here, then you are looking at Saitama up 12.5% for the day, still down 5% on the week. So we're not saying that it's mooning in any way. Cult is mooning, still down on the week, but up 6% on the day, which is nice. It's now back to 40% of where I said it would struggle to ever get to again, as B Roots told me that this thing was going to moon. B Roots, who told you that the bottom was in at 17,567. So he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes down to it, right? And then I think that covers it. I think so. We're good right now. And that means that we are done, and it is time to move on to the All right, guys, I am going through the chat as we speak right now, and we've got, thank you for the $5 bomb, Xander, back with Band Protocol. Mind doing a little analysis on it. So let's go look over at Band Protocol. Holy shit. Band Protocol is up 45% on the morning. Now that is a big time move. And let's go over here and look. Secure, scalable, blockchain agnostic, decentralized Oracle. So let's take this decentralized Oracle, and since we are doing a little bit more, let's take a quick look at Token Sniffer, and let's see what it looks like in here. Deployed 9 September of 2020. I think that means that it's a pretty decent token. Like I would venture to say that even though the market cap doesn't look like it's incredibly high, it looks like it's been incredibly reliable for this period of time. So I don't see any reason why a 792-day-old token is something that's going to make you nervous in Token Sniffer, and it's not refreshing for some reason, so I have no idea what's going on there. Bubble Map is probably not going to help either at this point. So let's just kind of go through here and let's see what it does. Quick access to our products. Data provider platform, an IBC bridge. Oh, it provides bridges for others. There we go. Band standard data set. Band chain node, band chain explorer, Oracle scripts, and tech specs. You can take a deep dive and check it out over there. So the Band protocol takes real world information through the blockchain and communicates with different blockchains. Okay, so blockchains are great at providing immutable storage and deterministic verifiable computations. However, they cannot access trusted real world information available outside their networks. Band protocol enhances smart contract functionalities by granting access to reliable data without any central authority or points of failure. So I mean, I guess that means that you could store your spreadsheets, you could store whatever it is that you need. You could, this is kind of giving you the opportunity for, say, Polkadot or Ethereum or one of these networks to access data and maybe make determinations for transactions based on outside sort of data provided in the Web 2 environment. And it just dropped quite a bit in one fell swoop here. Since we started talking about it, somebody, there was just a little bit of a sell down, no big deal. What is, by the way, we're gonna move over here again. Oh, we're on BNB. Never mind. I mean, I like it. This actually seems like a pretty good idea. And one of the things, by the way, that you should always point out is that we're talking about real world functionality, and band protocol right away gives you real world functionality, because let's say that you need to plug your in when I say plug, because I don't know the mechanics of exactly how you do it, but let's say that you have a token that you want to monetize. Let's say it's Volt or something like that. Well, if you use band protocol, then Volt would then communicate with something in the real world. Like, let's say that you wanted to use Volt as something that you have on just ESPN, right? And then whatever happens on ESPN would affect the way that Volt reacts, and not monetarily, by the way, or it could be monetary. But what I'm saying is it would allow communication back and forth, so that when you do have something that's financially based, then if you know that, for example, your bank account for a business just added $100,000 to it, then it would enhance the value of the Volt token commensurate with whatever that sort of thing is. I mean, that's what a band protocol is for, right? So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So if you haven't checked it out, do your own research and check it out for yourself, because that seems like a pretty good idea. So, is Luffy Inu any good? I don't know, man. I kind of stay away from some of those. Countdown is on, Crypto Che. I'm going to be going to take a picture of that. I'll let you know probably Saturday, but I'm going to go take some pictures of the sign in Chicago. So I will let you know so that it's up and operational at that time. I wonder what Volt Inu will get to by the end of the year. Well, we can make a guess on it. We can take some range of data and take an estimate of what happens when something, it's going to be too hard. How about this? It should be reasonable to expect that we can hit an all-time high. And if, by the way, if we get one or two tier ones over the next 2 months, then that number would go even higher and probably put it up into the 505 level. And that depends on how much is burning. So if we find out that the burns on the token are way higher than we're anticipating, and the adoption is way higher than we're anticipating, then you could see just an amazing and incredible run. And I might also point out that, in case you haven't been seeing it, and I don't know if you track Volt or not, but if you're looking at, this is kind of important here. When you're looking at Volt, you see this right here. There's now 56 centralized exchanges and 15 DEXs for Volt. You're looking over here. This is not it. This is, now he's just showing off. You know what I mean? Here it is. Change now. So unfavorable developments have kicked off a downtrend among major tokens such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others slump. But Volt made the list of top gainers with explosive trading in the past week. And this is with Matic band protocol. This has got all of these famous tokens. You can see Pulse down here. There's so many different tokens that you're looking at right here, and to find Volt in the middle of it, and to be the one that's pumped the most, that's the kind of exposure that you can only dream of in cryptocurrency. So when does that pay off, and when does it start to get crazy? You know what I mean? And I don't know when that happens, but I can tell you that, as this market starts to change and as this market starts to evolve, it's not going to take very long. Here we go. with the overall markets, and you're seeing here 3 million in trading volume, down 33% on the day. And you see the markets over here. BitGet and all these are trading in this sort of level here. Gate.io got real scared yesterday. Uniswap pumping a little bit yesterday. Digifinex had a gigantic day though. So here's there's only 19 of them because not all of them are tracked through this. There's more actually tracked over on what do you call it, CoinGecko, but we're not using that right now. So but this is where you see the volume, and when this volume starts to pick up on all of these, then yeah, this is going to get crazy, man. You're going to see a massive run. And look, it would be, just looking at a 69 million market cap, it would be nothing for this token to get on a run and 10x from here and be a $690,000 market cap. It just in very short order. So I mean, it is entirely possible that Volt gets on one of those runs, but we need that utility to be released. Then we need to have some more listings. And because it's a decentralized exchange, it is entirely possible that just like Uniswap, it just starts getting listed on other exchanges without you having to do stuff. It's the same thing with Terrarium. If you're not into Terrarium, Terrarium is a centralized exchange that'll be launched over the next couple of months. Well, actually, it's going to be launched this month, but they're going to announce it in, I think, 9 days. But there's the Terra centralized exchange, and there's Terrarium US exchange. And once they have it, then they'll start getting listed on other on other exchanges, just because that's what they do for each other. Terrarium will list, they'll list all the other tokens on their exchange, and then the other exchanges will list Terrarium, because it's I do for you, you do for me sort of thing. And then you don't have to pay, because you're already doing this with Terra Exchange. So you can expect to see some big tier 1 exchanges on Terrarium at some point. I told you guys a long time ago, this is going to be 100. This is 100. I told you guys a long time ago, Terrarium is a $20 billion market cap project. Just takes some time for everything to develop. And once it develops, that's it, game over. It will just start to run and run and run. So that's the way it will happen. What is going on, Dallas? Thank you for the $10 bomb. Big Volt, Terrarium, Lillian is going to do it too. Lillian has a medical blockchain, and a medical blockchain has to count for something. And then I want you guys, just if not for nothing, but, and I'll remove these lines, I put them everywhere. Not for nothing, but when you just kind of look at this and you just kind of zoom here and you see, this is where Lillian was at the beginning of October. This is where it is now. This is the collapse of the market. This is where Lillian was in October. This is where it is during the collapse of the market. That right there should tell you how passionate and how much is really going on that these people know about. And they seem to be really excited about what the future holds for Lillian. And that is a pretty good reason overall to at least consider putting a small bag in it just to see what happens. I think the market cap, by the way, you don't see it over here. I don't know why, but I think the market cap on it is, I want to say 20 million, but maybe it's even 10 million at this point. I have no idea. But I guess I could look it up. There's no market cap on it. So yeah, there's no market cap on it. So I mean, we'll see, I guess. Yeah, Terrarium got really active in tweeting and stuff like that. I think Milton really took a lot of advice, and he took a lot of the stuff, and now he's doing stuff with it. So yeah, very, very nice to see. Very nice to see what they are doing. And Volt is in the house, man. We got the Volt army in here right now, so appreciate it. If you like Volt, hit some lightning bolts. Show everybody in the chat that you are part of the Volt army for sure. Solana is coming back. I hope the folks from last night didn't sell at a loss. Jake, if you're there, Jake's probably still asleep right now, but Jake bought at 20, so he is probably sitting right now thinking, oh man, I wish it would just go. Matter of fact, while we're doing this, we'll talk about it on TradingView over here. Total market cap is up to 837 million. We were talking about this at 823. So we're continuing to see a nice pump as money is entering the market. This is a great sign for the recovery. 17,440. It's not going into Bitcoin yet. It's not going into Ethereum yet. As a matter of fact, let's see where we are on our trade over here. We put in 16 ETH and 196 ETH. Jesus Christ. All right, so we're up $1,000 right now. So big win. So we'll see how that plays out over the next little while. Luna Classic, it's not going into Luna Classic. Doge still at 9. I don't know where this money's going, guys. I really have no idea. It seems like it's entering 837 billion coming into the market. Dow Jones is up 800 points at this point. I don't know, and I don't see where the money's going yet. What if we went to Fiat leak? Just kind of checked out Fiat leak. Close that. Let's see what's going on in the United States. Are we going out of control in the United States right now? We are buying a lot of Ethereum at this point. Big buys on Tether. A lot of people putting money into Tether right now. So, and here comes the Bitcoin. Big money coming in on Bitcoin. Well, there you see it. That's the money going in on the crypto market right now. This is, these are the buys that are coming in. You see a lot of buys coming in on Matic. You see a lot of buys coming in on Chainlink. Solana buys are starting to come in. The American market is just scooping it all up right now. So yeah, there we are. And by the way, I don't know how to get this to the spot anymore. I got to play around with this a little bit more, but it used to be that you could just kind of zoom out and there used to be controls. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, so nope, it's zooming back into. Oh well, there used to be a way to look at the world and just see money flying everywhere. It's not the state; it's just the center of America. It's just all going into America, and that represents the center. I mean, I guess at a guess that would be like Kansas or something like that, but it's not really specific to the Midwest. Fiat leak is what it's called, by the way, if anybody is interested. And I mean, you can look at, if you wanted to, like, let's see where BNB is going. So we click on BNB, and this shows you a world map. And now you can see who's buying BNB right now. And it takes a second to load because it's got to be based on these buys right here. And then you see these buys start flying to the country in which the purchase is being done. Now, remember, a lot of people are using proxies. So CPI data came out earlier. It was 7.7. If you want my openings, if you're looking for my intro song, the song is called Believes, and it's available on believescrypto.com for 99 cents. It's called fiatleak.com, Fiat leak, leak.com, key. God damn it, leak.com. And so you can see here, most of the purchases are being done right now. BNB is going into the United States. If we're interested in Ethereum, we can come over here and we can look at Ethereum. Ethereum looks like it just pumped up to about 1,300. So where are we at here? We're up $100 on that one again. So here is where people are buying Ethereum. You can see it is flying into the United States right now because the market is open. And you'll start to see, there you go, there's a big buy that went into China. So you're seeing China making big buys right now. You also see it come down from down here when they're buying in Japan, but you can see Europe is deep into it right now. And then England is in the market at the moment. Japan is buying big time on Ethereum right now. So, yeah, I mean, this, and there's big buys. These are big number buys, by the way. This is when you have people buying huge amounts of Ethereum when it shows up that big on this chart. So anyway, yeah, you can always look at it, and it's up another $100. So there we are. We're up about $1,200 on the day on Ethereum. Ethereum is pumped to 1310. So we finally broke through, and we are getting over that line. Now let's go to the hour chart, and let's see if we broke through enough to. So we're up above the line, but just barely. So we need to use this as a bouncing point, or just push our way straight up to 1340. Difficult. This is going to be difficult, by the way. Just so you guys understand, like as this thing plays out, there's going to be a lot of people who are very nervous in the market right now about taking profit. So this pump, even though it looks like this is the moment where we start to pump, like being up. Look, how many times have you seen Ethereum up 20%? You know what I mean? How many times have you seen the market do what it's doing right now? It is literally shrugging off FTX at this point and just saying, you know what, YOLO. And it is pumping itself. Now, here we go. So this is minute chart, by the way, but minute chart shows that we are now in the zone here where we're at, where we're using this hopefully as a line of support as we come back around, because you can see right here all the different contact that we had with it. So hopefully this means we're on our way up to 1340. And we're at 1320 right now. So yeah, I do think the recovery is in full effect. I'm not sure how far it goes, how deep it goes, but we got the CPI numbers. We got everything that we needed to know that is going to make this thing get sent. So I hope that's so Volt Day, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is 11/11, and maybe that's the day that Volta Change comes out. It would make sense, wouldn't it? But we'll see. I mean, we're going to see what happens here. So we're getting a little bit of a rejection around 1325. Okay, so it looks like we got a resistance point right here. We're starting to hit this chop right here. So that's probably going to be a point that we're going to have to fight, because there's probably going to be some stuff set up. CPI was 7.7, Dallas. But here we are. We're still minting above that 13. So as long as we're consolidating above this, then it looks like we're in a good position. Again, if this can keep up by the end of today, we'll be looking at a 1400 Ethereum. Not a full recovery, but a much better position, much better space than where we were right now. So if for right now, 854, 860. So for right now, the rally is on. So be very careful in your trading. Make sure you're taking your profits on the way up. Don't overhold. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't get wrecked. Don't put yourself in a bad position. As this market plays out, remember, people are going to be taking profits all day long. People are going to be pumping the market all day long. Maybe, most probably. I mean, that's what we're looking at, right? And if that's the case, then be very careful. I mean, but we are on the way up, and hopefully that 7.7 has created a relief rally that we'll all make a few dollars off of, and hopefully it'll start going into some of these other tokens that we can see, and yeah, that'll be a good thing. But anyway, this is not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I am always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be on again tonight for Bedtime with Bleaves at 8 p.m. You guys have a good day, and we will talk to you again very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, good life.